When our next guest, Colin Kelly, started collecting houseplants a few years ago, it was all to impress a crush. Fast forward to today, Colin and that crush are now engaged.
And together have more than 1,200 plants in their Manurewa home, with big plans to expand their collection. Colin and his fiancée Eckhard Stillman join us now. Morena, you two. Thank you so much for being with us. We love this story, by the way. Thank you for coming on and sharing it with us. Colin, can you tell me, how did this come about? What was it that you were trying to do?
Well, I met this guy, Eckhard, about 2 years ago, this month pretty much, and a friend of mine gave me a houseplant because he was into them, and then every so often I'd see him and he'd give me a cutting, and it started off with 10 in a week and then 20 every 2 weeks, and then now we've got a lot.
Is it one of those things where, you go on a first date and someone says, I'm really into classic cars, and all of a sudden you pretend like you love classic cars?
Are you really into the plants?
Yeah.
I was wondering that at the start. Yeah, I was wondering that. He knew nothing about growing plants. It was kind of scary.
So when did it then change for you, Colin? When did you realise, actually, no, I do quite love this?
It was a lot of fun. Initially it was, to impress him because, being, a successful man himself and a beautiful man, I have to say, is just to impress him, to get the plants going. And then once I kind of got it going, it just turned into more of a hobby because the plants, the colours, and it's like children, it's accomplishments. It's just they all kind of grow up and, yeah. It's nice.
Eckhard, were you impressed? Were you actually impressed?
Yeah, did it work?
Yeah, well, at the start it did. It was more just kind of getting him to learn how to look after them, which was fun. But it got a bit more interesting as it developed, and he became more interested, because then all of a sudden my plants that I've acquired over time and effort and grown, he just wants cuttings from, and husband tax as he calls it. So just taking cuttings when I make them. So, yeah, it's kind of fun now. Now we just share plants.
Yeah. So Colin, you're into it now. This is kind of your thing. You guys are into it.
Definitely. We all have our own space. His greenhouse is under construction at the moment, so we're doing a few things renovating inside. But no, this is my one here. I've spent a lot of time, money, and effort on it. It's my zen zone, It's something that I just get away from everyone in the world, I guess.
I love that.
It's so impressive. I mean, what you've done there, Colin, and Eckhard, is incredible. Do you want to give us a little bit of a tour? Do you want to show us around? Show off your babies to us, Colin.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so as you can see, we've got a whole heap of variety of indoors. You've got calatheas on this side here, which is kind of your prettier plants. You've got your sphagnum poles that we made ourselves, and they help form bigger leaves. And yeah, it's a lovely little place.
He's got quite the collection going. I'm actually quite impressed.
Yeah. Hey, Colin, did you ever think that this was going to be something... I mean, obviously, there was a reason behind why you got into this. But actually, now that you're in it, did you ever think that this would be kind of like your thing?
I didn't think it would get to this level, I will admit, but when we moved up to rural now, it kind of allowed me to have this space, and I guess I had a bit too much money at the time, and I thought, well, stuff it, and here I am.
Love it.
And Eckhard, clearly it did work, because you're planning a wedding now, right?
Yeah, so we're actually engaged in planning now that we live out here rurally. We've got approximately 500 odd animals as well, so we're going to have a rural wedding out here and have all of his plants and just our farm animals and things as part of it. It's going to be fun.
Oh, I love it. Hey, you two. I'm not very good with plants.
Neither am I.
I kill my plants all the time. In fact, just don't have them anymore. Any advice?
Yeah, well, the plants are they can actually kind of tell you, as Colin said previously, they kind of tell you like kids what they need. You just need to learn how to read them, really. But just give them the right amount of light. No plant can survive on no light. But no direct light. If you're doing indoor houseplants like we are, we've got sage shales on here and all kinds of things to keep the light just dim. And water them when they need it. Don't overdo it. Like the plants will tell you. When you can start lifting your pot easily, you know it's dry. Water it and leave it.
What's your favourite? Like if someone's going out to the plant store today to get their hands on one, what should they be going for?
I wish they were in store. I'd say the Veracosum, this one just here. It's got beautiful underscore, like red underneath. But I don't know, any kind of philodendron or anthurium have the really gorgeous crystallized kind of look and the colours and design.
If you want to start out with plants and you want something that tells you what to do, just get a peace lily. They drama queens. They just flop over when they dry. You give them water, an hour later, they're happy again. Yeah. So if you want to learn how to do plants, start with a peace lily.
A plant after my own heart, a drama queen. I love it. Hey, thank you so much, you two. Colin and Eckhard, well done and congratulations. And it worked, Colin. You snagged the man.
Yes. I'm a winner.
Yeah.